All right, welcome back. We're going to go on to the fourth string today. This is page 15 in your Hal Leonard book. We've seen the names of our strings repeatedly, E, A, D, G, B, and E. We've worked down the strings from the highest to the lowest. We've learned E, F, G, B, C, D, G, and A on the top three strings. We filled in the entire scale in the natural note system where it's in the key of C, starting on this low E. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. That's the fourth string we're working on today. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. We learned that in the key signature of C with all the natural notes, we could locate B's and C's being only a fret apart. That's a semitone or a half step. E's and F's likewise were only a fret apart. That's why on the first two strings, when we learned an open E, F was on the first fret. And open B had C on the first fret, only one fret away from that open note, which really exists at the end of the guitar. On the G string, the next note, the A, is a whole step away in the second fret. Here I've written them as tones and semitones instead of whole steps and half steps, just so you see the other side of it. D to E is a tone. Therefore, if we're on the fourth string where D is open, E is the second fret, and F is a semitone away from E at the third fret. You've learned that already when we did our scale. Just as I warmed up on G and A, when I got to the third string, now I'd have you warm up on D, E, and F. So open D, second fret E, D, E, D, E, D, E, D, E, F, D, E, F, D, F, D, F, F, E, F, E, E, F, E, F, D, E, F, E, D, E, F, E. Get used to finding those three notes and naming them, always naming them. Combine them with the other strings. We could go A, G, F, E, D. Notice we're going alphabetically down. A is higher than G, which is higher than F, so we switch strings and go out to the right on the third fret and come back to the left. E is lower than F, open D is lower than E. A, G, F, E, D. You're not making a mistake when you hear that F, and you're hearing it in close to the E in a minor situation. This sounds like a minor song. Because we're going from D, a whole step to E, and then a half step to F, the distance from D to F is a minor third. So your ear is going to expect maybe a higher note. It wants that F to be F sharp if you're hearing a major scale. So just so you're aware, you're not making a mistake by putting it in the third fret. That's where it belongs. For note reading, a few of my hints again. The B is right dead in the middle of our staff. Here's our treble clef, our staff, the B, the belt right in the middle of it. Below that, with the stem going up, is the A. I represent that sometimes as an ant, if that will help you. Going down, the G is on the line, which is tucked into the G clef. That's what's being circled around here in the treble or G clef. F is lower than G. F is in a space for the word face, F-A-C-E. E is lower than F for every good boy deserves fudge. And D we don't know. We just have to learn that if it's lower than E, D is underneath the staff. I'm going to play a little trick on you today and do another note that I'm not preparing you for here. But if you just recognize that we're going down the alphabet, you have to be going down from space to line to space to line, just working your way down a staircase. D is like our G. That high G didn't fit into either of our systems, F-A-C-E or every good boy deserves fudge. It sat above the staff, just like D sits below. They're kind of mirror images of each other here. Interestingly enough, they're mirror images here too. G is on the second line, D is on the fourth. But that's the second from the top. If I flipped my music over, the D and the G would switch positions. The B would not, of course. The B's in the center. So it's kind of nice, I think anyway, to use those as mirror images. If I recognize the D's and G's look alike, they're on the lines outside of the B, then they'll look alike on the outsides of the staff as well. So D is under the staff, E is on the line, F is in the space. This is probably an easier string for you to read because you've memorized face and every good boy deserves fudge. So you have those starting notes E and F really well. We just have to work on the D. So in page 15, you'll get that practice. They'll show you those notes and they'll have you playing them. I don't have it memorized, but it's probably D, D, E, E, F, F, E, E, D, E, F, E, D. The next line I think would be D, E, D, E, F, E, F, E, D, E, F, E, D. So you can work on those. Normally we'd go right to the next page and do Worried Man Blues, but today I want to go into a different song. As I've mentioned before, because it's Christmas, I can kind of force feed a little bit of extra material that you wouldn't get in a normal systematic work through the book for two reasons. One, we're a little bit more motivated right now with Christmas coming to work on some of this material sometimes, and the other is they're just so familiar that we can pick up some ideas. Because of the way I'm cheating here, I'm not going to be able to write out the whole song on one page, but I'll work you through some of this. I've drawn your treble clef again. This time we're in 3/4. That means every measure or every bar gets 3 beats. Rather than write the notes, I'm going to provide you with real sheet music here, but because we may be a little bit ahead of the game here in terms of your reading, I'm also giving you the note names. I learned to read this way, with notes written actually on the lines that represent them. So here I have G, A, G, and E. The G is written on the proper line that the treble clef marks off. A is in the second space of face, etc. Over there I've drawn that little bit of guitar you're playing. Hopefully with the 2 here, the 5 lines of the staff versus the 6 lines of your guitar, once again you recognize this is not a picture of that. This is sort of how I would rush you through this, trying to get you ready for Christmas maybe in the last week. So I would tell you to play on your guitar G, A, G, and E. And I'd have you maybe looking at that guitar picture if you didn't remember the notes yet. But here they are written down. So G, A, G, E. Notice that nice open and 2 area that we play in. I'm cheating again. I'm going to say just play that 2 times, just to save space. Also to utilize your brain the way you would think of it. You wouldn't think of a song as G, A, G, E, G, A, G, E. You'd think of that phrase, G, A, G, E, twice. You would be saying to yourself it goes twice. So here it is again. And the repeat. I'm going to this second line now, very familiar notes to you. The D up on the second string, to open B, to your C, to open G. If you were watching close, you saw some magic here. I had the G written on the wrong line there. I keep telling you, don't think of tab, and I was thinking of tab. I drew the G on the 3rd, just as I would on that picture of your guitar, rather than where it belongs in notation. So it happens to everybody. Hopefully if I keep saying it, it'll drill into your head that we're trying to avoid that. Line 3, we see our A. 2 A's, then a CBA. We've seen that CBA in Orally. G, A, G, E, we did at the beginning, so we're repeating that. Nice amounts of repetition. So we're doing this line twice. I'll play it again. And now here's the entirety of this song written in this cheating system. I'm going to play through it again to make sure I haven't made any mistakes and show you a few other symbols I've used. Again, this is the music staff with the treble clef, 3/4 timing, which means 3 beats in every bar. G, A, G, E. Now you see this little double dot system with 2 lines tells me to do that again. Repeat the last 2 bars is what that one means. Now we're up to our D, C to G. That next line that we were repeating in our last page, I've put in here. I've surrounded it with repeat signs so I can repeat this 4-bar section. A, C, B, A, G, A, G, E. At the end of the line, we're on our high Ds. Then we're on lines descending. F, D, B. Along C, it's all by itself in the bar, so it gets all 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Open E. 1, 2, 3. This is a C chord descending. C, G, E, G, F, D, and a new note. So we're actually going to learn 4 today. The D, E, and F you're working on in the page 15 of Hal Leonard. This one's just going to be out of the blue. It's nice because, again, you know the sound of the song. You can work this out and learn it. The C is below the D. We use what's called a ledger line. To start indicating notes as they keep progressing below or above the staff, we use these tiny little lines, the ledger lines, to indicate them. C is the first note with a ledger line, so you'll memorize that. On your picture, you know where it is. It's on the 5th string 3rd fret. You know it as the root of that scale in C, also the low C note in a C chord. So that last line again was a C up to a high E. C, E, and G are part of that C chord. G, F, D, C. Over here I wrote F, E, D, and C in the high end, so that you can think of it in the low end too. We've learned F today. E, open D, goes down to C at the 3rd fret. So I will play through this again. I'm also going to put the actual music on your screen and play through it there too. 1, 2, 3.